Okay, so before I start this off, I want to wish anybody that's watching this a very Merry Christmas. And if you are someone who does not celebrate Christmas, just a happy holidays in general. I uh, I guess I actually wasn't able to start the stream yesterday because again, it was really, really bad weather-wise, and it actually got to a point where I often wondered whether the power was going to go out or not. Thankfully, that wasn't the case, but I did notice that the internet was a little bit suspect, so I didn't want to risk the idea of actually streaming during a pretty significant storm that was hitting my part of the world. So I am going to make up for it by at least doing a very quick stream just before we kick off, I guess, the Christmas festivities. I only really plan to stream the hell level, and then I'm going to get off because I have some presents to wrap and some family members to entertain. But for the most part, I just want to keep it just a one portion of the game, and then after that, I'll just pick up Doom at a later date. So let's begin. I'm just going to boot up Doom 3 again, and we'll get the show on the road. I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm doing all right. I mean, the holidays tend to be a pretty lazy time of the year for me, and I don't really have any plans. They're pretty much situated around eating, maybe wrapping a few presents here and there, and just spending time with family. You can't really go out anywhere and do anything anywhere else. It's just kind of that time of the year where you're inside and your only options are just eating and video games and, well, just enjoying the magic of Christmas. So that being said, let's slaughter some demons. Yeah, that's a good thing to do on Christmas, right? Battle the forces of hell. So when we last left off, I do believe I left it at the very start of the hell level. So I guess we'll just pick up from there. Yes, okay. So, getting into this, you may wonder, well, goalie, where are all your weapons? You just had a wonderful BFG that you were firing at Betruger, and now it's gone. When you transfer to the hell level, they take all of your weapons from you. So you basically start from square one, and you have to scrounge whatever weapons are near the teleporter that you just came off of. I mean, they give you enough, but I mean, it's kind of too bad that you don't have your lovely BFG since you've really only had it for a few levels, and now it's gone, but I mean, it is what it is. From what I understand, too, they actually give you a lot of weapons in the hell levels that constitute the weapons you would see in the older Doom games. At least that's what I can recollect. The other thing is that I find that this level, while it is probably the coolest level in the entire game, and I think it spans over, I guess, one or two acts or something or other, it's not the longest level in the world, but it's definitely something that they put a lot of care into. I definitely like the hell level. It is very, very interesting. All kinds of happy sounds. Oh my. I can also see my gun was zooming in for a second there. And, yes. Just take care of some lovely imps. You might notice that these imps, and by extension some of the other demons like Hell Knights, and I guess there's some other big baddies here, will look a little different. It's interesting because they have particular skins that are only seen in the Hell level, which makes this place extra special. And mind you, speaking of extra special, they really did a good job. Like, it definitely adds that degree of, it's an otherworldly place. So I give them full marks for really going at this level. As for the other parts of the game, they probably could have done a little bit more tender love and care, but I mean, it is what it is. Alright, we'll just mosey on forth into this Hell Temple here. Ah, yes. I'm going to hard save here because this is probably not a bad spot to begin our hard save in Hell. Oh, goody. Big Brother's here. There is the Hell Knights. And as I think you should be able to remember from the last stream, Hell Knights will basically be the equivalent of Barons of Hell from the old games, and I guess they're kind of similar to that degree in the newer games. I think for the most part, they're not... Whoa! Yeah, you see the leaping attacks there. Not... I'm getting bullied by friggin' babies here. There. Sheesh. That's why babies are scary in this game. I guess the cherubs are what they're supposed to be called. But yeah, they, sometimes your guns don't kill them, and it becomes an oh shit moment. So, going back to the... Pardon me. Oh. Guess it's a bit of dinner coming back on me. Okay. Anywho. All gas aside. So the Hell Knights, combating them isn't really that hard. They are pretty intimidating, but they're also fairly slow. Like, they're not going to be running at you like imps or other smaller demons, so you have time to at least deal with them. It's when they get in close they start getting scary, especially because if they smack you or they bite you, they definitely take a big chunk of health off, but if they are able to throw their plasma rounds at you, or their plasma balls at you, it is pretty devastating, especially on higher levels. Now, my shotgun is a less lethal shotgun, apparently. I want to have a chat with Doom Marine that was carrying this thing around. My goodness. I believe if we walk over here, we have our chainsaw. Yes, excellent. I believe we have some demons that need some good old chainsawing. Bet you didn't expect that one, did you? Alright, we got a handy-dandy chainsaw here, which is awesome. We got basically a full refill of that ammo type there, and then I think if we wheel around, we have a lot of lost souls that need a good old machine gunning. Let's see. Perfecto. Is everything that's here? Ah, yes, this part. So, this part can be a little scary. The only reason why it's that scary at all is because it's definitely just a little bit of platforming. Not a terrible amount, but enough where you have to watch where you're stepping. So, I'm going to save. Because I think there are at least 1 or 2 lost souls that end up spawning here. And the issue with that is if you're not careful and they hit you and they knock you off with like kinetic forces, you will go sailing right into the absolute abyss of hell. I believe there's just supposed to be souls that are damned to hell here. I've always wondered what they were, and I got up really close to like try to flashlight them, but there's nothing to them. They're just some kind of background effect. So I'm just going to quickly traverse this so I don't run into any lost souls behind me. I don't mind if they're here. I can deal with them like right in front of me, but just as long as they're not attacking me from the rear. That ain't fun. Alright. Perfect. And I do believe there's another one here. Sweet. And then I believe right behind us, yep. Good old Hell Knights. Gotta love them. Especially when they decide to put them in really strategic areas that you can't see them at. Huh? I thought you died. I threw a nade at you. Unless there's another one. I don't think I saw there was another one. Ah, whatever. He dead anyways. We live. So yeah, Hell's a lot brighter than it was in past games. I think it's because BFG made the whole initiative to make this into more of a shooter than a horror game. Which again, I don't mind. It's whatever they want, but again, I think I remember playing the Hell level, and first of all, you never got you got a shotgun. Sorry, you never got a flashlight. But aside from that, it's very rare that I actually need this handy dandy flashlight on my shoulder, because it's definitely got a lot more light sources in Hell than I thought it would have had. But again, I guess the fires of Hell are pretty bright, so I think we have some a Mancubus here that's going to block our path, and I'm just going to throw all my... Did I hit one of those rockets with a grenade? So I guess he kind of decided he got a little bored of our nading. That's done and over with. Perfect. At least at the start of the Hell level, you might run out of ammo a little bit for some weapons, but by the end of the Hell level, you're pretty much strapped. So, I believe there's some more there. And I think we're coming up to another weapon soon, and that is the plasma gun. Yeah, basically, they're giving you all your weapons back. They're saying, yeah, sorry about that. We know you lost all your weapons, but here's a mulligan. Okay, then. Okay, so a number of levels ago, you might have recalled that we had a Berserker power-up, and I said, I think you only get it twice in the whole game, and then never again. This is the second time you get the Berserker power-up. Instead of actually killing zombies with it, though, you kill everything from imps to Hell Knights. So, get my old fists out here and give that guy a smack. You a smack. You a smack. I want to find Ugly here. Punch him right in the unmentionables. Yep. There we go. Definitely not a bad idea to take out the Hell Knights first with this power up until you start losing it, and then the most OP part of your arsenal will be the chainsaw, of course. Okay. So again, you're gonna get like a pretty much boost on everything. You're like, they don't want you to die here. The Marines that fell before you were like, you know what? There's gonna be some badass that comes here, and he's gonna be running out of different types of ammo. We'll just leave this all over the place for him. Kudos to you, whoever you brave souls were. Now, you may be wondering that I'm running around and basically I don't have any kind of stamina meter. That's because this is Hell. And I guess the rules in Hell here don't apply to any kind of standard of reality and sense, so I guess by divine right, you are essentially allowed to run wherever and you have no problems whatsoever. Alright, so I believe we have to just move on here. I don't think there's any more stuff that we can pick up. So I think this is the way. And then we get a PDA of somebody who is talking about the actual situation I mentioned, and a bunch of other freaky things that were happening. Now, when the one doctor beforehand, I think it was like Peter something or other, that's a great indication, goalie, he was talking about how people were coming back and they were zombified and like losing their skin and going gaunt and essentially losing all motor functions. Yeah, if Hell existed, I don't think it's a pathogen anymore, because we're on the mystical side of storytelling now. It's Hell. There is no science behind Hell, unless there's some real advanced science behind taking someone's soul out of their body and transferring it into some kind of essence or weapon or whatever. Alright. Anything here? Because I think I got a Nice little date with 2 Mancubi here. Yep. That's 1. Missed. Loser. Yeet. Alright. And we got a little lost soul here. Take care of that. Take care of that. I'm just happy that they give me my plasma gun back. That's all I really need. I imagine that, come a time when the forces of hell and heaven have to battle again. I know what the angels will be using to take down the forces of hell. It's the plasma gun. My goodness, this is just... it's just too easy. Now, I think there might be something about... I think 2 imps come out behind me here. Yep. I know they try to catch you unawares here, but I'm the Doom Marine. You can't outstep me. You can't fool me. Also, it probably helps that I played this level like a million times because it was one of my favorite levels. I know I was having a bit of a rough start to begin with, but I think I'm starting to get my bearings here. Okay, so we're gonna take out... Huh? Huh? Again, a phantom noise and there's nothing around me. Very well then. Oh, there we go. Whoa, 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 stop the bullying. Now, I guess I could have been a little bit more on the ball with shooting those guys, but I guess in some sense, it's actually kind of a interesting situation, because sometimes when you're dealing with the lost souls, I find a lot of occasions they're too easy to kill. But this gives us a unique opportunity to find a rare, I guess it would be a zombie spawn in this game. So essentially, if you're full of ammo and full of everything, like it's not ammo doesn't really trigger this, as far as I know. But if you're full of health, you're full of armor, this won't happen. You just mosey on over. But if you go over here, you get this stuff here. I think actually, does it trigger because of ammo? Let me check. Maybe it doesn't. Okay. Bad example. I guess I can kind of explain what I was trying to do, because obviously it did not work. There are supposed to be some zombies, or I guess some forgotten souls that are supposed to lumber towards you. They basically are... they're the fire zombies without the fire. So they have a little bit more health and stamina, and they move a little bit faster. I imagine they hit a little harder, but they essentially have a different skin compared to the other zombies that you'd see in the UAC, the kind of possessed people that end up getting attacked. So now that we move forward, I believe... nope, not yet. I believe. There we go. We get a nice, interesting time with our friendly, not so friendly, and really don't want to see Hell Knights. And then I think we get another one to spawn. Yep, right over here. If I could just, wow, I'm just aiming all around him, eh? I'm just making it more interesting for him than it is for me. I'm just making it more scary for me. Alright, so he's dealt with. So moving on. Is there something else that pops up here? I swear there is. Although, I guess we're getting to a nice, interesting part of the level now. Not the scariest part where the imps are leaping at me, but... no. Oh, good. Well, we're gonna have to make a decision. Imp, can you just die for me, please? Thanks. You know what? We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. I know he's kind of already triggered, but I'm going to run as quick as I possibly can. And just ignore all that. And just kill you quick. Yes, I have the BFG. I will mention that in just a second. I don't have a fun equip for it just yet because this is kind of a scary part of the game. They definitely don't want you getting the BFG without having a little bit of competition. There. Perfect. Alright. Now that scary part's over, yes, they give you the BFG again. Generally, I don't think you really need to use it. I guess at that point you kind of do because there were Hell Knights everywhere. Like, the Hell Knight population was starting to exceed the Imp population. When that happens, that's a scary time. But I find in a lot of occasions the BFG, I guess you can utilize it because, again, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. All the weapons you have here will disappear again, so it's best to use them to their fullest extent, especially considering the fact that this is Doom BFG and, like, I'm a walking armory again, and I've been here for like 5 minutes. Alright, we're just gonna deal with you, because you're nice and scary. Oh, these, you know what? I hate these guys. I honestly do. Like, I guess there is a technically special spot in hell for them, but whoever decided to make these guys really, really has some messed up issues. Especially making hell babies fly at you. Like, they're probably my least favorite to fight in the game. Like, I'd rather fight an archvile than fighting one of those babies. But I guess that's just me. Alright. So I guess we get a refill of our armor there. And that chain protects that lost soul there, which is kind of annoying. So I guess this is the cafeteria, and guess who the lunch lady is here? It's a good old Mancubus. There we go, lunch lady has been defeated. And I guess we're out of ammo for the BFG, so this might become a tad interesting. Considering the fact that, I guess I really made myself sound dumb because I totally forgot about that Mancubus, and I believe there's another 1 or 2 Mancubi that you have to kill after that, so kind of would have been nice to have the BFG for that, but I mean, it is what it is. Self-preservation is the game, and when you have 3 or 4 Hell Knights bearing down on you, that's kind of scary, so let's just mosey on here, say hi to the Mancubus, show him that we have rockets too, and defeat him. And I think we have more babies to kill, as bad as that sounds. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna back it up a bit, because I think there's 2 spawns for these guys, actually. Yeah, boy. At least I think there is. There we go. He's dead. Yep. I figured as much. Yep. Always. I hate you. Why? You know what? I'm not even giving you a chance. Smothering that demon baby in its crib. My goodness. I don't like the cherubs in this game. Like, if it wasn't clear already that I had a glaring hatred for them, it's definitely evident now. Oh, you're trapped? What a shame. Stay there. Just die, please. Alright, and yep. Got a good old Hell Knight there who decided he wanted to surprise us during Christmas. And I'm sorry, but I don't want your Christmas gifts. I'm going to return them to the store. I'm going to Hell's Boxing Day. Petruger's the customer service representative. Well, that's lovely. Yeah, well, Hell's imagery in here is actually kind of cool. I won't lie. They did a really good job with the Hell level. Is it my favorite Hell level of all time? No. But we'll actually be seeing my favorite Hell level of all time in a later game, and it's not even in the Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal areas. You'll see which one it is. All right.
For every step you take, your soul moves closer to me.
Good, because it would make this game shorter because I could kill you because you're still technically mortal at this point. Okay, so at this point, we have basically killed all...
And pain waits for you.
I don't think so. You'll be mildly disappointed. So, we've reached the end of this hell level. Sort of. We're at a point where we are going to face the boss of this hell level. And they give us a full top up and a refill here. I'm just going to make sure all my weapons are good to go. But as I was saying, there is a hell level that is a lot more impressive than this. I would say that this is probably the better built one because it's very linear and you can kind of see where everything is, and you know, like you can definitely see that it's hell. However, there is one hell level that absolutely trounces this, and again, it's not any of the future games where the hell level is impressive, because looking at those hell levels, it almost seems like they kind of went a little overboard and made it too saturated. With the assets that this future game has, not the future game, this future game that we're going to play has, it definitely really wowed me because I thought that the game's not entirely impressive, but with the assets that were there, whoever created this did a very good job at it. So, that being said, I'm just going to make sure we have everything all set to go, and we are ready to take on whomever is going to be beyond that portal.
Save us.
My guardian will destroy you.
Alright, so this here is the Guardian of Hell. Also guarding what we are after, which is the cube, the soul cube. I find this boss is probably one of the easier bosses, although it's kind of hard to say that it is one of the easier bosses because none of the bosses in this game are actually really that difficult. I would say, if I had to rank them, I'd say in terms of like actually like potential for damage and maybe dying in this game. Even that I don't really know. It's kind of hard to really quantify which of these bosses are actually difficult. I mean, like the Seekers are annoying, like very annoying. But I mean, even on a higher difficulty, that boss, the Guardian, is too easy. Like, way too easy. You know what? You can just hold on a second there. I know that we came for you specifically, but I have a monologue to get through. I would say that if we're talking about the most difficult boss in the game, I would say it, and this is possibly going to be a little bit more controversial than I'd like it to be, it's probably the first boss, because the Valkyrie is kind of annoying with the telekinetic powers, and it's a little bit faster, so you kind of have to deal with it. Although, it also isn't a problem, because if you have a BFG, you can basically take one out in one hit. It's hard for me to say that this guy is that difficult to really take on, because the sheer fact that, I mean, like, you saw what happened. I basically fed him his lunch. But I guess if you let him get a little close, he might get a little scary. And then the final two bosses, they're kind of jokes in themselves, like, especially with the Soul Cube here. The Soul Cube basically makes short work of either boss after this point. So, I don't know. The bosses in this game are definitely a letdown. So, that being said, let's just continue on with the game.
We are many. We are one. We are the Brilliant Thor. You know us as the Soul Cube. Free us from our eternal prison, and we will help you. Vanquish our enemies, and we grow stronger. Listen for our call, and then free us to smite down the evil.
Alrighty then. Wellity, wellity, wellity. How the mighty have fallen. Oh. Okay. Sure.
Destroying evil gives us life and makes us stronger. Unleash us when you hear our call. We will pass the life force of those who slay to you. You will see a great battle. The outcome is not clear. We are the only way to destroy Hell's mightiest warrior.
Did I forget the pistol this entire time? I was wondering about that. I was like, oh, they don't give you a pistol in this level. Oh, that's too bad. I totally gapped and missed it. Oh, well, I didn't need it anyways. Okay, so this basically concludes the Hell level in Doom 3. It's a very interesting level, but it's not a very long level by itself. I do appreciate the fact that Doom 3 went out of its way to essentially make this, like, the focal point. Like, this is the level that everybody remembers. Like, everyone remembers the Hell level. Like, it's the coolest level in the entire game. But it is fairly short. I would have liked it to be a little bit longer, but, I mean, I guess with assets and the amount of money that they had to spend on this game, I guess it is what it is. Also, I guess they don't want you to spend too much time in Hell because, again, we're on Mars and we're kind of defeating the forces of Hell on Mars, so I guess going to Hell for too long would probably open up the base to being completely obliterated because we're not there to defend them, or defend humanity from the demon hordes. So, that being said, we will head through the portal and essentially end this playthrough because, again, it's Christmas Eve and I do want to spend some time with my family. And apart from that, I do have some presents to wrap, and I imagine my family's not going to be too impressed if my presents are still yet to be wrapped and put under the tree, so I will handle that. Heading forward, I would have to say that I'm probably not going to be streaming tomorrow for the sheer fact that I am going to be busy for Christmas. It's Christmas Day, obviously. But on Boxing Day, I can see myself definitely coming on and streaming a little bit longer for the only reason that, again, like, I'm not going out anywhere for Boxing Day, and a lot of the places that I would like to go to are either going to be too busy or it's going to be a little bit too hectic to kind of do anything. So I'll definitely be back on and stream at that point. But, yeah, we're just going to head towards the teleporter activator and send ourselves back to Mars. Okay, so we'll do a hard save here. And then we're going to back out of the game here, and I'm just going to have a quick little chit-chat here before I conclude everything. Okay, so thanks to everybody who was watching this. I would say I really enjoyed playing the Hell level. I wanted to make sure it got its due diligence apart from every other level that's in the game. Like, you can say that the start of the level is probably going to be the one thing that people will remember when they think about Doom 3, but I would say the majority of cases, most people will say that they remember the Hell level if they've actually played this game. So I wanted to make sure that it had its own separate stream, and I guess the actual benefit of doing a late Christmas stream was I don't really have a lot of time to do this, and I wanted to give you guys at least something before I disappeared for another day, and this kind of fell right into my lap. So perfect situation. I got the Hell level done, and I got it to you guys. So I'm going to head off. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. And again, to all those people that do not celebrate Christmas, I just hope you have a happy holidays. I will be back on definitely 26th. I will let you guys know if I do end up hopping on the 25th. I doubt that I will be on, but stranger things have happened. So, if you are interested in following me, definitely throw a follow my way. And if you have any suggestions or you just want to have a little chit chat with me, send a message my way and I'll make sure to get back to you as quick as possible. But for the time being, I'm going to head off for now. You guys have a great night. Stay safe and have a Merry Christmas. Peace out.